What's up, Sunday fam? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be covering a new Korean drama that has swept our minds.
Swept our hearts, engulfed it, put us in a spell.
It's okay to not be okay.
So I got him to watch it. We're on to episode 3 and 4. And man, like I said before in my previous video, it's a spell. There's a spell that's been overtaking me. And what about you?
It's a slow burn. The first episode was a little bit, a snooze fest for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you ever done this to your friends or your family? It was like, oh, you have to check out this new movie. Oh, you have to check out this new show. Let's go watch it. And you're the only one like having a good time watching it, and everybody else is like, what is this? This kind of sucks.
I could feel his pain. I was visibly saying, or I was like audibly saying that I wasn't really into it, and he was kind of like, maybe it's just not for you. But I really got into it, like, less about the environment I was watching it in. It was more about the characters themselves, Kang Tae and Kimsoohyun, finally meeting, because once they started interacting with each other, chemistry went through the roof, and their exchanges with each other, the words and the dialogue, just like it drew me in, and it made me completely interested from there.
Awesome. So we're gonna cover the top 6 biggest moments from episode 3 and 4.
Number 6, the curse.
Yes.
What is this curse? Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty? She can't seem to love anyone, and I guess whoever she does fall in love with or love, the mother is going to kill them.
Yeah, I mean, that was super creepy. I mean, she's back at the haunted house that she grew up in with her father and her mother dying there as well. And she gets revisited by her mother, who happens to be a ghost. It was just some of the things in this show that makes me really appreciate of how good it is that it just takes you on these different journeys, right? There's some dark love, there's some dark romance that happens, and then there's some levity that happens, and then it gets super dark and it gets super mysterious. You're in this house, she's having a nightmare, and floating in the air like Ringu style or like The Grudge. Mm-hmm. It's like if you fall in love with somebody, or what I interpreted from it is that if she ends up falling in love with somebody, it's not part of her plan.
She can't let anyone get close to her. But at the same time, the show juxtaposes that with her desire or hunger for people. I guess it's like a thing with her character, as mentioned by her publisher, that she says, "You're pretty, I want you," and she's gonna chase after him until she consumes them. And her character is so intriguing in this point. Like, as I'm watching it, I get this feeling of like Devil Wears Prada or Devil May Care. On the inside, she's so much more softer than she lets on, and everything seems to affect her in a way where she portrays that it's like, oh, that's no big deal, I'll just kind of shrug it off. But everything is changing her.
That is so important, so true. That has a lot of deep meaning in it, and we'll touch on that a little bit later. Number 5 on our biggest moments is when Kimsoohyun calls Kang Tae a hypocrite. Now, I mean, what transpires in between that is because, he is just so refusing of her, her going after him. She's pining over him, right? Like, I mean, guys, can we just take a moment and just shout out of her outfits and just how beautiful she is?
Yes.
To me, she's like the Cate Blanchett of Korean actresses.
To me, she's Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful,
but
powerful women.
Seohyun is like a wrecking ball recently, because like, I've had Heejay, I've had Suzy Bae from Vagabond, all of these beautiful actresses in these K-dramas, and then she comes out of nowhere. I have not seen her before in any other show, and she's got these, like I said, Devil Wears Prada outfits where she's got, the thigh gap. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But she's sexy. she's beautiful and she has this elegance about how she carries herself.
She's also dark, she's powerful, and she's strong.
Yes.
And it makes you even want to get to know her even more. And that's the thing about, when she calls out Kang Tae as a hypocrite, because, you can pretend all you want, right? Like, it's like you can pretend all you want that you are this, you are that, but underneath all of that armor, like, you're just suppressing it. And, you're just being a hypocrite. And I totally agree with it.
And I was telling Flip, as we were watching, I was like, listen, if someone were chasing me around like that, I would have been like, from minute one, let's do this.
Yeah, but it's kind of like if it's somebody that really gets under your skin, I guess it kind of depends, but if
it depends, but you barely know that person, right?
I know, but if that person looks like Ko, I'm just like, well, I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, I mean, but in any other circumstance, you wouldn't know them, right? You wouldn't know that they would get under your skin, but perhaps he has like baggage, or he has some memories that he's contending with. Does. Teeny weeny pee-pee, number 4.
Teeny weeny pee-pee. Oh, the moments of levity are just like amazing. Like I said before, it's like it takes you in a dark place, it takes you to a lovey-dovey area, and then it gets serious, and then you get the teeny weeny pee-pee.
Yes. The show does a really good job of hiding some serious and very deep meaning and subtle messages about life in a very colorful package, because Teeny Weeny Pee Pee is a great example of this, where yes, it is a psychiatric hospital and people have real issues with their mental illnesses or their baggage in life, and he comes in, he starts striking en vogue, or striking poses at the security camera, and we just have no choice but to laugh.
Yeah, I mean Ko Min-young takes him on a joyride, and of course Kang Tae has to chase after them, and then he ends up at his father's political rally of some sorts and
embarrasses him,
and then he speaks out from the heart. For the very first time, you get a sense that Kang Tae is kind of like has this awakening inside him, right? And some of the deeper issues and deeper meanings about the show, we're really starting to get a better grasp at it, right? It's like a lot of it is about acceptance, a lot of it is about the issues, the baggages that you have and you carry with you. And so like that's kind of like an awakening with it, right? Number 3 on our list, we just wanted to give a shout out to probably one of the most hardworking child actors in Korea.
Moon Woo-jin.
He's in Vagabond, he's in Arthal Chronicles, he's in
My Country,
The King,
Eternal Monarch.
Oh my god.
He's been in 23 dramas in the last 3 years. Compared to that, So Ye-jin has been in 10, I believe, since 2013. So he's been working.
That child is working his ass off, and
either that or there's just no other children actors in
Studio
Korea.
Dragon is like, well, we need a child to play this, and let's just get this guy. Shout out to him. He's doing a great job. He's just in every K-drama known to man right now,
and he'll be in the next one. Number 2 is kind of like an overarching theme. It's just a therapy session with Ko Min-young and Kang Tae, who are just kind of like the complete antithesis of each other. And each time they have an exchange, or each time they have a conversation, one changes, or both of them change actually. When Ko Min-young and Kang Tae are speaking to each other, you can see subtle nuances of the change of their characters. Ko is more caring. She's getting more brighter in her mannerisms, and Kang Tae is getting cold.
That is actually a very interesting point, because in the beginning of the show, from episode 1 to episode 4, her clothing goes from dark to light. And so she's actually using Kang Tae. Well, I don't know about using, but when she's around him, it's a therapy session, as you said, because
I think it's unknowing.
She's getting better. She's getting more like a human, I guess.
It's definitely kind of like an unknowing thing. She finds therapy in trying to chase him, and like you said, I don't think it's like she's using him, but she has this like tinge in her heart
Right.
whenever she's interacting with Kang Tae, and it's kind of like, what is this feeling?
Yeah.
Just like how he said, like, you don't even know what you're feeling right now.
Yeah.
And she's trying to figure it out.
And then on the other side of the coin, Kang Tae seems to be getting a little bit worse. He's getting a little bit more aggressive. He's getting mad a lot easier.
He yelled at Kang Tae.
It's like
Stegosaurus.
like, what's up with this guy? And it's just kind of like, I think it gets worse for him before it gets better, and I think that's where it's going. Speaking of where it's going, I think he's finally about to break loose, break out of his shell, because at the end of episode 4, he came through. You know, his heart started to feel again, I guess, and he remembered, you know, that Ko Moon-young is out there walking in the rain by herself.
It was Zombie Kid.
It was the Zombie Kid story, and you know what? Like, I think, you know, this is gonna be like a blossoming relationship starting
Absolutely.
to
It's definitely a very fruitful relationship for them both. As we said, you know, throughout this video, it's therapeutic for them both, and each time they interact, they're both going to get better in some way, even though on the surface it looks like Kang Tae is getting worse. But like you said earlier, he needs to get worse in order for it to get better, right? So I think overall, both of them, as they interact with each other, they're going to bring out the best in each other, and I think that's where it's going to go from there.
Oh, this show is just so deep in many layers, guys. I want to know what you think in the comment section below. What are your favorite moments of episode 3 and episode 4? What do you think about the relationship between Moon-young and Kang Tae? Like, it's kind of dangerous, right? And it's also, at the same time, what's best for both of them.
Absolutely.
So, like, I don't know, like, the emotional parts of this story is just so insanely good. The heartstrings are getting pulled at the same time, but then on the other side of it, your emotions are starting to identify the deeper meanings of it, right? Like, some of us just want to be seen, some of us just want to be loved, but most importantly, I think it's about acceptance. That's
yes, and some may say that their relationship is not okay, but it's okay to not be okay. In the end, we all have issues, we all have baggage, and you know what? It doesn't define us, but we all have to accept that it's there, and we all have to deal with it in our own ways, and sometimes we'll need a support system, just like the both of them have each other unknowingly. But in any case...
And we have each other.
And in any case, this is why this show is just really, really good right now, and it's getting even better. And yeah, we'll continue to follow this from week to week as more episodes come out. So if you enjoyed this first impressions or review of 3 and 4, leave a like, subscribe if you're new to this channel, hit the notification bell so you know when we post new videos. How many times do we post now? Is it Monday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Well, we're gonna try to do it Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Got it. And so if you want to see more from us, subscribe, bell notification, turn that stuff on, and then we'll see you in the next one.